all about the healing. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? With my peeps. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Cross Watcher, you are welcome. This is a general read all across the board. It could resonate with you. It may not resonate with you. But I'm not going to say I can guarantee, but I'm going to say that I'm going to have faith in God that if you clicked on this video or any of my videos, you'll get some precious gems in that video. You'll get something, confirmations, some type of encouragement, inspiration, in spite of people, places, and things that always want to have a place on the board. People from the past, old folks, old energy, old out energy, people that you're not studying, people that you don't want to be bothered with, always find their way on the board. But that's all right. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to inspire you. I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to give you some words of encouragement. I'm going to give you something. Hold on a second. I don't like that light. Give you something that you can take away from this reading, being so repetitive of these people, places, and things that want to come in and place themselves on the board, place their feelings, their emotions, their wants, and their desires, infiltrate your life, infiltrate your time and your effort. But that's all right too, because I'm going to give you something much, much more than that. We done with that. We been there. We got the t-shirt. But I have to read what's on the board. So with that being said, my day ones, my day twos, my new news, what's up with you? You already know I love you. Yes, thank you for rocking with your sis, your mom, your auntie, your TT, whatever you want to call me. Miss T, I get Miss T, Dear T, whatever. Long as it is appropriate and long as it is with love, I accept. All right, so it's one other thing I want to say before we get into it. The other day, I did 2 extensive readings about what's to come and preparing, prepping, getting yourself together, not only physically, spiritually. Get your home ready, pray over your home, anoint your home, put a sign of God's approval, of God's anointing upon your door, illuminating that this ain't, to bypass it, this ain't it. The last 2 readings was about that, but it was something that God wanted me to say and that I forgot to say, or I didn't say. Hold on, let me get it back. Okay, yeah. God was wanting me to say, for those of you that feel like you ain't ready, that you don't have enough, that you can't do it, that you don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you can't do it. God was telling me to tell you, if you on this channel and you resonate with me, you are creative. You are a creative, meaning that you can make something out of nothing. Your mind is so sharp, so intelligent. You think outside the box. You see things that other people can't see. You can make things. You can make things work that other people can't see how to make it work. And with those gift, talents, and abilities, and with that type of energy, you don't need money. You don't need resources. All you need is your mind. So God wants me to remind you, stop doubting and stop placing limitations on you when God has given you and equipped you with everything you need to survive whatever is coming. All you have to do is prepare. All you have to do is sit down with yourself and see what it is that you need. Write everything down that you think you don't have, that you know that you may need. If it's food, you got a way. If you start now, you got a way to start the process. All you got to do is be creative. Think outside the box. You can start the process and make a way out of no way if you got the mindset. It's people that's right now that have, because they set their intentions. They have made gasoline, energy out of plastic, and they've made different things that we never thought that we can be able to function or be able to work. They've made it work because they have the mindset. They can see, they can create. Look at all the creations that have been made in existence. The light bulb, everything. The light bulb, the hot comb, everything under the sun that we have today, somebody thought outside the box and created it. So God's saying, who are you to say that you don't have it? Who are you to say that you can't do it? Who are you to say, when I gave you the mindset to be able to do it, when I gave you the creative mind to be able to see beyond what the human eye can see and connect the dots to be able to do it? If that means you grow your food, if that means you start now canning, you start doing stuff to be able to have something at a later date, that's what you do. But God have already gave you the mental space and capacity to be able to make a way out of no way. To be able to see things that other people can't see. Other people may say that they don't have it, but not you. You got it because you got the mindset to create it. There's nothing under the sun that you can't do. You just have to believe, have faith, and work on it. Prepare for it. See yourself doing it. That's all. But God, through that, God, I did not say that, so I'm saying it now. Stop doubting. Stop limiting. Stop talking about what you don't have. You have everything. And God said your time is limited. That's the only thing that you don't have. A lot of time. But even that is not limited if you start to prepare. So with that, let's get into it. All right. So I tell you what. What I'm going to do here is this. Hold on a second. Where's my earrings at? Hold on a second. Okay, so. Hold on. Okay, so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the foolishness first. And going to get that out the way because I want to thoroughly assess you. Because you are the focal point in this particular reading. All three of these cards is you. All right. Okay, so the foolishness is this. You have a individual, whether it's male or female, that How you gonna notice who I'm talking about is because this particular person have done the most. They have done the most concerning you. They have treated you in such a way that when you look back and you look over this person and you reflect back, it's always something that you didn't see before. It's always something that they did behind your back. It's always something that they said that you just didn't get. But then when you go back and you reflect over that thing, you get it. You be like, oh, I did not get it. So that's what and then you get right back triggered. You get right back. I'm not gonna say you get right back triggered or you get back angry, because you have truly, when it comes to this particular person, you have truly got the t-shirt. You don't allow this person to take you there. But in the past, this person would take you there. It will be always be something that they said, something that they did, that you would finally get the answer, or you'll get the clue, or you'll be triggered. But now you're not triggered because these other cards reflect that. You're not triggered. You just see them for who that's just another thing, another aspect of seeing them for who they truly are. This person is now in their lowest state that they have ever been in. This person, these people are in a low valley, brokenhearted, crying, butt hurt, in a downward spiral cycle, going round and round and round and round, day in and day out, constantly reflecting over you, constantly watching you, constantly looking for you, constantly trying to compete, when they already know in their heart is broken in pieces over the fact that they now know that they don't compare. They now know that you wasn't the one. You was not the one to be played with, to be fooled with, to be messed with. They now know that they never had power over you. They never held the power. That was all an illusion. Even in your naive state, even without you knowing who and what you are and who you stood for. Even back then when you didn't know, you didn't have a clue, you still held the power. Because it wasn't you, it was what you came down here to do. It was just a matter of time, resources, faith, alignment, fulfillment, before you stepped in the total package, the total alignment and the total fulfillment of who you are. This person thought they were going to be able to stop you, block you, thought that they were going to always have the upper hand over you. But their ego, their ego always fed them one thing, but their ego always lied to them concerning you. You held something on the inside of you that all it had to do was wake up, be awakened, All it had to do was be acknowledged. All it had to do is be aligned. I'm still talking about you, even though I said I was talking about this person. This energy is your energy is overriding this whole message. But let me go ahead so I can and so this person here is living their life in victimhood. They the victim. They're the victim now, and you've already done everything to them. They haven't done anything to you, and so now they're brokenhearted and they're hurting. You know, they are all in their feelings and full of sorrow and grief, because the sorrow and grief is not because it's not because you've done something to them. It's because they never were able to one up you. They were never able to be better than you. They were never able to compare to you. So that's where the broken heart come from. That's where the bitterness and the sorrow and the crying and the hurt come from. They finally had to own up to what it really was. They had to own up to it. They want to return. The youth moved on, but they want to return. Okay? They want to come back. Come back in your life. Right? They want to not only come back into your life, they want to take the position in your life that they had once before, which is your hidden enemy. They want to be hidden, and they want to continue to put them knives in your back. They want to continue to hate on you and lie on you. They want to continue to run game and scam and be able to do things intentionally to hurt you, to harm you without you knowing. That's their wish. But they know now that that could never be fulfilled. So what they do is they go back to the past. They're stuck in a low valley, that low place, because they're stuck in the past. Way back when you allowed, when you gave permission for them to harm you, when you allowed them to harm you, when you allowed them to do the things that they did to you without even opening up your eyes to see. You had 4 eyes to see. These and you had 3. These and this to see. But you didn't use them because you wanted to blindly trust. But you've been there, done that, and already got the t-shirt. I'm talking about this person in the past. They're stuck back then, back there, where they were your hidden enemy, and they felt like your hidden enemy gave them power over you. They held the power when they were your hidden enemy because they felt like they were able to do things to you, hurt you, and they harm you, and that you didn't know. But you did. You physically didn't want to know, but your spirit man knew all into it. And you allowed it because you didn't love yourself. You allowed it because you didn't honor yourself. You allowed these things, these people, places, and things to do what they thought they was big and bad enough to do. Because you didn't see your value and you didn't see your worth. That's why when you did and you woke up, they was so taken off guard, that you will fight for yourself, that you will love yourself, that you will honor yourself, that you wouldn't allow them to continue to put those knives in your back, that you start taking those knives out of your own back, that you start healing those wounds and putting band-aids and wound care and ointment, and you start to heal those wounds, and you start to align with the Most High, and you stop allowing them to have access to you, to be able to put another knife in your back. Your back is healed now. Your back is restored now. Your back will never have another knife from that person to enter. That will never happen again, because you rose up and said enough is enough. You didn't put too many knives in my back, and enough is enough. And now this person is put in a position where they feel powerless because they can't put another knife in your back. You see them, you know them, you see the patterns, you know the patterns. Okay, so I was just saying that this person is wanting to return they want to return and be that hidden enemy. They felt like when they were your hidden enemy that they held the power over you, but they never held the power over you. You gave them that power. You gave them that resource. They never were more powerful than you. They never were. You gave them that. You gave them permission to do that because you you did not see your value and your worth. That's the disconnect with this person. Once you saw the truth and accepted the truth about you and who you are and what you represent, that was over with. They would never ever be able to put a knife in your back because you took your permission back. You took your power back. You know who you are. You know what and who you are and what you represent. So that's over with. That's a done deal. What they had in the past, you gave them that. And you took it back. So that's it. That's it. They want you to be under the illusion that they have changed and they have not, and they're not willing to change. You changed and made it. You made a change in the decision about you and what you want to do. But they're never going to make the change in the decisions to do what's right concerning their own life because, see, number one, they won't take their eyes off of you. They won't take their eyes off of you to look at them, to look at their own self, to save their own soul and salvation, to see where they went wrong and how to change their life and what they need to do for themselves. They too busy looking at you. And anytime you're looking at another person and you refuse to look at you, take care of you, give you love, give you what you need. You looking and trying to find somebody else to give you what you can give yourself. You have to always give you first before you can expect somebody else to come in and give you. You have to love you, accept you, look at you. What I always say, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You got to be able to look at everything concerning you. Not just the good, not just the light, but you got to be able to look at that ugly stuff too. Because being able to look at the ugly stuff, when you look at that, you're able to make some changes. And if you want to accept that part of you, that's fine too. That's fine too. Nobody, I can never get on here and tell you how to be. But always be prepared to suffer the consequences of your actions. If you accepting that ugly part of you and you know you doing people wrong through that ugliness, accept the consequences when it come down. When the hammer come down, accept those consequences of being ugly to other people, being ugly to yourself, treating your own self unkind as well. Truly, truly, truly obsessed with you. Obsession to the point that they can't even take care of their own needs. Obsession to the point where they can't take care of their responsibilities as a parent, as a husband, a wife, as a co-worker, as a friend. They can't take care of none of their responsibility because all their time, effort, and energy go into watching you, looking at you, trying to figure you out, what you doing, how you feel, what you look like, how much weight you lost, how much weight you gained, what truly do you look like, how do you look. All up in your your business, what you got going on, which is none of their business. But that is why they stuck. And they're going to stay stuck until they get it through their head to mind your own business and take care of your own self. Find out what it is that you're supposed to be doing, because right now, you're not supposed, what you doing ain't it. What you doing not going to sustain you. What you doing is not going to fulfill you. What you doing right now is going to keep you stuck, stagnant, hurt, broke down, busted, and disgusted. All right. Enough of that. I did too long of that. But it is what it is. We got a high priestess, high ranking, a beautiful soul, very, very strong, independent, aligned, spiritually aligned, very intelligent, very independent, like I said, full of light, full of light, light, enlightenment, wisdom, clarity, understanding, understanding, and overstanding. A very powerful, powerful being. Because you know things, you know a lot of things that other people don't know. And when I say you know a lot that other people don't know, you hold a lot of, you got a lot of the answers. You got, if you just sit and think, a lot of the answers, a lot of things that people are paying people to find out, or paying mediums and psychics and seers and paying people for knowledge. You already know it. You already know the answer. You already got it written down somewhere. You dreamed about it. You got it in some type of way. You hold secret knowledge. You see things from a different perspective. You see things from another realm, another space, dimension, and time. That's the understatement when it's concerning you. Fully, fully, fully top tier. You ride, and you ride for God. 100%. There's no other. There's no other. You got God's seal of approval stamped on you. There is no other. Very unique. You hold a life where you're very familiar with people coming for you. People come for you so much that you're immune. You are immune to people. You are immune to what people do, how people feel concerning you. You see right through people, their intentions. You see right through people concerning you. You see the jealousy, you see the evil eye, you see their intentions towards you before they even can understand, understand, or overstand how they truly feel in your presence. You're well put together on the inside, and that is what makes the outside impeccable. In your eye, you may just put on a simple outfit, this like what I got on, this something simple I just throw on, because I'm not getting ready to get up and put on no real clothes to sit here and do a video. I'm just, no real clothes that I would actually go out. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do all that. So this is just simple. This is something simple, just throw on, and that's that. What I'm trying to say is, you could put on something simple, but to somebody, when they see you, they see past. You think you look one way, but when other people look at you, you're dressed up. You look elegant. You look classy, and you just threw on something. This is just something you threw on because you're in the house. You're not going nowhere. You got a lot of things you got going on. You got things you got to do, and so you just throw on something, right? So you can go ahead and get your day started, right? But when people look at you, they don't see that you just threw on something. It's like the inside of you taps out on the outside of you, which makes whatever you throw on impeccable. Now, when you see you, it's you just threw on something. It's not, you just. But other people see you in another light, is what I'm saying. No matter what you put on. I use myself as an example. But whatever you put on, it's impeccable. You're well rounded. You well put together. You don't play. You're very dominant. You don't play games. You don't allow people to play games with you because you utilize what God gave you. Now, when I say you don't play games and you don't play and you dominant, you allow people to be who they are. You don't try to change people. You don't try to get people to do what you want them to do. You let them be who they are. You allow them to think that they got the upper hand, but you've already seen who they are, and you're going to allow them to do whatever they're going to do to a certain degree because you already seen it. So you allow them to do what they're going to do to a certain degree until you get tired, and when you get tired, you do what you do. You cut it off, you get rid of it, you move on, you go on about your business. When you tired, you tired. Enough is enough. I allowed this for a certain time and season. I'm done with this. You're not going to do better. You're not going to be better. You're not going to treat me better. So I got to bounce. I got to go. I'm pulling up. And I see you and I wouldn't want to be you. And the wouldn't want to be you part is knowing that when you pull up, when a person like you pull up, everything that you was putting down, everything that you was, all the power, the resources, the energy that you was allowing people, places, and things that were around you to suck up, to be able to bask in, be able to live off and spin off of you, all of those resources pulls up with you. And that makes an impact on people's life. When you pull up, it's an impact on people's life. Because they no longer can be able to tap in. They no longer can be able to utilize the resources, the energy, the enlightenment, the light. They can no longer utilize that anymore. When you pull up, all of your resources and stuff pull up with you. And that's what people don't understand and understand. They don't get it until you actually pull up. They don't actually appreciate you until you pull up. They don't actually see who you are and what you mean and truly what you represent until you pull up. And they don't have those resources. They can't utilize your resources. They can't utilize your light. They can't utilize what you had been giving them. They can't utilize it no more. That then and only then do they understand, and definitely overstand who you are and what you represent. So basically, in ending this, you have a person that was not only your frenemy, your enemy. You not only did you have that, you realize through this person what you mean, the resources, the value that you give to people. It's not just what you say, it's your energy, it's what you allow people to take from you. What you allow people to they not only take, they live off of that and give you nothing in return. See, that's why you have to be careful, and that's why you have to always know who you are. Because people will take and take and take and leave you depleted. They have no intentions on giving you anything. You have to guard you and guard what you give to other people. Who you giving it to? It depends on who you giving it to, because some people, that's what we here for. But we're not here, and what we're not here for is to be somebody's battery source, to be used up, manipulated, and taken advantage of. Not everybody is like that. But the ones that are, you got to know how to set boundaries, cut that off, set it, and move on. People like light workers, because your light is here. You're a light worker. You're alpha. You're dominant. You're a leader. You're a trendsetter. High priestess. Secret knowledge. All-seeing eye. You got all of these traits. So you attract people that want to take, and give you nothing, leave you with nothing. Compete, knife in your back, hate you, wish they want to be you, obsessed with you, trying to control you and manipulate you, because once they get a hold of what you have, they don't want anybody else to have it. They want to possess you and wrap you up in a box for themselves, to be their only battery. So that's all this is. They feelings hurt, broken, broke down, busted, and disgusted. But hurt. All because you know who you are. You love you. You value you. You see your own value. You give your own self-love. You don't need them. You don't need them to make a fool out of you. You don't need them to take from you. You don't need them to deplete you. You are who you are. And you dictate who you gonna give to. You dictate who you gonna allow and who you gonna give permission. Because your light is a gift to who? Humanity. But what they not gonna do is use you, manipulate you, and take what is yours to give. You gave what you was gonna give, and their time is up. Enough is enough. And now they see that. And so, with this read, you are who you are what you are, and you had to learn what you represent. And you're holding it, and you holding it down well. So with that, I'm going to leave that there. If this is you, put in the comments, yeah, this me, and I'm wearing it well. Yeah, it's me, and I'm wearing it well. I need to see it. If you looked at this video all the way through, I need to know it so I can acknowledge you. All right, so with that being said, hype it up. Like, share, subscribe. I'm sending you love. I'm sending healing your way. And Trinity is out.